Hey, it's A Nikki B on the scene, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another beat with me. And if you are not, welcome back. So yes, I am doing an unpopular opinion video, and as you notice, the quality of my camera is a little different because I'm actually using my iPhone camera, because the actual camera that I use is my Sony camera and it's been acting up. I cannot record anything, and when I do record, it just shuts down. So we're gonna stick with the iPhone for now until I get my little baby fixed. But it kind of feels like back in the old days when I used to record on my iPhone. It just brings back a lot of memories that I have with that, and just starting from the bottom and now we're here type of moment. But it's okay. Sometimes we just have to go back to our roots, start a little over, and come back stronger. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, hopefully I can start some conversations with these opinions that I have that I'm about to discuss with you guys today. So the first opinion I'm going to talk about is Terry Reloaded. Now, he is a TikToker, a very well-known TikToker, and he is known for his Tabina character. And she wears, well, the character that he portrays is he portrays clearly a black girl, from the ghettos, a caricature of a black girl, and he wears this orange wig. Now, because of him playing this character very well and really adopting these feminine mannerisms, etc., people have been coming at him about his sexuality. People have been saying that, trying to say that, he's gay, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he has spoken out about these accusations of him being gay and said that he isn't, that he likes women, but he also grew up around women, which is why he was able to portray the character so well. So he was just doing a lot of that, and he even had, he really got emotional. He started crying and pretty much was just saying like he doesn't like the fact that people are calling him that, because that's not who he is. And he doesn't like the fact that people are pretty much associating this character with his sexuality. And my only thing about it is that I don't completely understand from a place of understanding like that, but I just understand the point of just like you portray something, or you play these characters and people actually thinking that's who you are. A lot of actors deal with that, especially if they play like villain characters, and then when they get seen in person, people treat them poorly, mistreat them, because they assume that the character that they portrayed on TV is them in real life. It's really hard to sometimes separate that when it comes to performers. But I also think in this aspect of being a TikToker, a content creator, whatever, somebody who does skits, you have to be very mindful about what you're portraying, about what you're making fun of, because we could break down this character and be like, well, he is doing a caricature of a black girl. It is what it is. That's what you're doing. It has been done numerous times before. We've seen it throughout the years of people, especially black men, putting on wigs, putting on the lipstick, etc. The most notable person I could think of is Blame It On Quay. I think Blame It On Kay or Quay. I think it's Cat. But, him and so many other people that has done this for their skits, and people often associate them with being a part of a certain community. But I just think in Terry's case is that I don't think that he is. I don't believe that he is. I guess that's the unpopular opinion, because I feel like the very popular opinion is that people think that he is gay. I don't think that he is. I do believe he does have some feminine mannerisms to him because of the whole aspect of him growing up around women, and it's okay. It's nothing wrong. I think everyone has feminine and masculine energy. That's completely fine and okay, and it's normal. However, I just think he just has to learn that when you do put yourself out there for certain types of content, that whatever content that you do, if you're known for that, you're going to be known for that for a long time. It's going to be hard for people to separate you. And you play the character again that people are going to know you by. You wearing an orange wig, whatever he be doing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people are just going to associate with you. And unfortunately, because it is the internet, people are going to question your sexuality. They're going to question who you're sleeping with. They're going to question your family, question this and that. They're going to question your entire life, because people want to get to know more of you. Some people want to get to know more of you to break you down. Whatever it is, it's hard. But then also want that kind of noticed about when it comes to just being a male content creator, especially a black male content creator, is only so much avenues that they can go when it comes to creation. It's not really forgiving for a black male creator to pretty much be free with their content. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like they have to present themselves as a certain type of person in order for them to even reach certain heights in their career. You know, anything that is kind of, I feel like anything that isn't really deemed masculine, then it's a problem for that creator. Being reserved and introverted is often looked at as a negative thing, and people really do treat you poorly when you are just like an introvert. And I just would like to say, I think we need to just normalize just being introverted, but then also normalize people who are and respect the people who are introverted. It seems like the people who are the loudest in the room, they think that, oh, if somebody is like reserved, and it's like something is wrong. There's nothing wrong with somebody who is quiet. For me, I'm more of an ambivert, so I'm kind of extroverted when I like, for me, I'm extroverted when I want to be, when I'm feeling the energy, when I want to be the center of the attention, quote unquote. And there's times where I want to be more reserved and introverted, etc. And usually when I meet people, I tend to be a little more introverted. I tend to be a little more reserved because I'm meeting you for the first time. I have to understand and observe almost, you know. But obviously once I hear how you talk with others and how you interact with me, and I feel a little more comfortable, then I start to open up, and next thing you know, the extroverted side comes out of me, and now I'm just like, I'm comfortable, this and that. But definitely we have to respect those who are. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not being rude to you, because some people do take offense to somebody who's just not as like, oh my gosh, like, how's your day, this and that, da, 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 da. Like, people take offense to that, especially in the corporate world. People take a huge offense to that if you don't acknowledge their, you know, their random conversation with you. And especially for me, I despise small talk. I really do. And I despise it when I know deep down it's being forced. Like, if it's just a regular getting to know you and the vibes is right, then it's cool. It's like, all right, whatever. But 9 times out of 10, it is forced. People force small talk with me. And it's like, you don't have to talk to me. If there's nothing to say to me, there's nothing to say to me. If I don't have nothing to say, I'm not going to say anything. Now, this one is like, you could look at it multiple ways. But being an influencer holds a lot of impact. You could really influence anybody to do anything, especially if people trust you, which is amazing if it's for good, but also scary because there's some people who want to build a cult following and do evil things. There's a lot of responsibility behind it. And granted, being an influencer, content, whatever you want to call it, you can't control everything. You can't be a part of everything. You can't talk on everything. And I just think when it just comes to social injustices, social issues, social whatever, you know, when it just comes to politics, etc., we need to stop having this expectation of expecting influencers to speak on every single thing that happens in the world, in your city, in this place, blah, blah, blah. We cannot expect them, because we also have to understand that these are still people too. Some people just may not just be well equipped to talk about certain subjects, and that is okay. It's not a slight to their intelligence. It's not a slight to anybody. It's just some people just aren't made for those conversations. I'd rather somebody who is genuine about these topics, who have shown in the past that they are genuine about the topics, meaning that they have spoken about other issues, you know, similar to what's going on in the present, etc. Like, they have shown actual work of activism. If you are that type of person and have shown that in the past, then it's like, cool. You know, it'll be on brand for you to talk about it. Like, for me, I talk about social issues on all my platforms. Wherever you could find me, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If there's something that I'm very passionate about, something that that boils my blood a lot of times, and if I feel like it's something that I want to share my thoughts on, I'm going to talk about it. You know, I don't really shy away from that, although I don't really consider myself to be a political channel. And most times I'm not politically correct because, again, I'm not no professor. I'm not no scholar. Maybe one day I will become one. But I'm just a person who just have a lot of thoughts, who just want to chat with y'all. And we're going to see what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start these conversations up. But for the most part, if it's something that I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it, you know? And that's the kind of person that I am. So for me to talk about politics or whatever, or say people like, hey, talk about this, it will be kind of on brand for me as the creator. But somebody who has never spoken on anything related to social issues, anything related to politics or whatever, telling them to speak about it isn't really going to do anything. And it's like, I get the whole aspect of, well, you can influence people, you know, to spread awareness, etc. You know, the whole idea of just spreading awareness. And it's like, that's good, but the awareness is already being spread. The influencer could talk about whatever. It's only up to the audience to do something about it. You know, it's still going to work. It's still going to fall on the audience for them to share, for them to tell other people, to tell other people, to tell other people. The work really falls on y'all than it is on the influencer. The influencer literally has to say a couple of paragraphs, record, cut it off. That's it. They don't have to do anything. The work falls on the audience. The work falls on the fans. Y'all are the ones who has to spread the awareness and share, etc. And y'all will have to trust that the influencer that you are expecting to talk about these issues, expecting to have all the correct information, is telling you the truth. The truth is going to come from the information that you research, that you verified. That's where your truth is going to come from. Although, like I said, yes, being an influencer has impact. It can make a difference. I'm not negating that. I'm not going against that. But at the same time, we cannot expect every influencer to talk about something because they're an influencer. It's honestly beyond whether it's a part of their content or not. It's just more so some people just aren't well equipped. And quite frankly, I don't want to hear everybody's thoughts about anything. So I guess the unpopular opinion with that would basically be like, I don't believe every influencer has to share their thoughts and opinions on anything related to social issues, politics, you know, anything in regards to like maybe like world issues, politics, or whatever. And since we're talking about voting, we'll go to my next unpopular opinion, is that because you decide not to vote, it does not make you an edgy person. It does not make you cool. It does not make you above everybody else because of the reasonings of being like, oh, it doesn't matter, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if voting didn't matter, then we will have a different way of deciding certain things for society and, you know, just different things for the world. Voting does matter. And in this case, in the country that we live in, we have to vote because there's going to be certain people that's going to end up in office that we do not want them to be in. And they're going to be implementing a lot of things that's not only going to affect me, it's going to affect you and everybody else. And you don't want certain things affecting you. I'm not going to get into the whole tea of all that, but if you guys aren't familiar with it, please check out Project 2025. And I'm going to drop down a link to a video that I watched of this one YouTuber who actually did a very thorough explanation of some of the laws that the people who are for Project 2025 are trying to do. And I'm telling you, please vote. Please vote, okay? Now, this was something that I actually saw today at work when I was just scrolling through TikTok. And ugly privilege, to be honest, to be completely honest, and I might make some of the girls mad, but I don't think ugly privilege is real. So basically, for what I gathered from some videos that I've seen floating around of people saying that they have ugly privilege, basically what they're saying is that they're not approached by weirdos, pretty much. They're not approached by the creepy guy. You know, these are still people who are still able to get a boyfriend or a partner or whatever, but they don't have to deal with the unwanted attention from men. Since most of it was from a heterosexual standpoint, they're not getting unwanted attention by men. And I'm just like, so that's the privilege, that you're not just being approached by weirdos? Like, I'm still kind of confused on that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But I just don't think it's a thing. And I feel like there's no privilege to being ugly, especially when you are deemed unattractive. 9 times out of 10, people don't treat you with respect. And I know this firsthand. And it's not to say that I think that I'm ugly. I don't think I'm ugly at all. I think I'm very beautiful. Okay. But I do know there are other factors that when people look at me, well, some people look at me, it's like they treat me differently because of that. And I'm not no petite girl. I'm a thick girl. I'm dark skinned. I have very Afrocentric features and stuff like that. So people, you know, I deal with racism, okay, and stereotypes. So I get a lot of that. But then there's also another side of me where I am treated differently because to some people I am attractive, you know, to some people I'm very beautiful, this and that. So I know on both ends of what it feels like, but I can tell you hands down, on this side of just being deemed unattractive to some people, they do not treat you with respect. There's no privilege behind it. And just because you're not being approached by the people, like your ugliness is like a kryptonite to the men, that doesn't mean you're going to be exempt from mistreatment. That doesn't mean that, okay, because you're unattractive and let's say you date another person that is deemed unattractive by society, that doesn't mean you both are going to have the best relationship ever. And I don't want the girls being delusional about that. We do nice things for things that we feel like is pretty to us or beautiful to us. We all do it. So this whole ugly privilege thing is really not a thing of where's the privilege. I think Fanita is now a rage baiter. Like, I just don't understand her content anymore. It seems like every time she does come online, she's always online for something very problematic that she says, and I'm just like did she used to be funny? Like, on everything, like, didn't she used to be funny? Like, I followed her because I thought she was funny. I thought she always had great opinions about stuff. She was very like raunchy in how she came off, this and that, and I'm just like, all right, cool. And next thing you know, it's just kind of she just changed, you know. And it's not to say people don't change. It's like, no, people are going to change, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like how she changed is like she changed for the worse. And I'm just like, I don't really rock with her content anymore. She's just always saying something so problematic, and then once everyone is like coming for her, then she flips the script and be like, you know, I'm sorry, or she just starts playing now she's on the other side where everybody else is at. Now she want to be with that. I can't deal with people like that. It's very, to me, it's just really weird behavior. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be back again with another one.